to cast. And we are into the game. It is going to be Hendralisk versus Believe, Monomaniacs Hendralisk, Clarity Believe, Zerg versus Protoss.
Alien versus Alien. Alien versus Predator. This is actually really
Alien versus Predator. Yep.
Oh, here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ohana. And he actually got his split off. It's lag, not lag. Clarity's Believe. That's the green Protoss.
Oh, that would have been a pun with the lag.
You know,
his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner. I can't see the color because you pulled up a chat.
Sorry.
It is the Cyan Zerg. It is Hendralisk.
Cyan teal, yeah, exactly. So let's
turn up with all the colors.
Yeah,
I used to actually work paint department at Canadian Tire.
Yeah,
Fun
no,
fact.
you told me you used to work in Canadian Tire.
Fun fact, bro.
Yeah, you used to troll people at Canadian Tire.
I did a lot. It's fun.
You were a terrible person.
No, they were terrible. Oh, come on, Believe you can do it.
Lag.
Just play through it.
Just do it.
Anyways,
so we can talk about GameHeart. You
Yeah,
know, our
go
really
ahead, talk
cool,
about
awesome UI we have here by this developer. And GameHeart, basically, it's a nice custom map that allows a lot of spectator benefits, such as you can see our bar at the top. It also allows you to zoom in, zoom out, more so than you can in a normal game.
Yeah, you can see how zoomed out we are right now.
It is like we're from the moon and we're looking at Earth.
We can actually see the distance between these two scouts. It's actually really useful.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
And you can basically see two full bases this way, so there's a useful function there. It's good to see the siege lines whenever two Terran versus Terran. The siege lines are usually just out of range of each other for one standard view in a standard map, especially if it's north-south positioning.
Definitely.
So this allows you to zoom out and see absolutely everything.
Okay, so we see a spawning pool going down, a 13 pool going down for Hendralisk. He's going to be getting that pool first just so, you know, he doesn't go for a hatch first and dies to some sort of cannon rush or whatnot. But Probe was being able to take out some nice micro there by Hendralisk.
So first blood goes to Hendralisk, taking down that probe. 50 minerals gone for Leg Believe. What will he do to climb out of this hole he's built for himself now? And it does look like he's going for the typical Forge Fast Expand build. Does opt to put his pylon in the front of the ramp of his natural, instead of doing the gateway from a pylon in your base that we've seen in some Protoss versus Zerg as of late.
Exactly, and you know, by going for that gateway first, he's basically saying, I'm not too afraid of what the Zerg is going. That spawning pool got cancelled, didn't it? It just started rebuilding.
Oh my goodness, was that a misclick, accidentally clicking escape on that building?
Or maybe he just canceled to get that expansion earlier. That when he saw that, you know, Believe was going for, and he killed the probe, and Believe was going for,
mind games.
Yeah, it is mind games.
So yeah, a little bit of mind games coming out by Hendralisk. He's actually the king of mind games. He was, remember that Overlord drop that he was doing in that one game? We do see the Forge Fast Expand and a gate coming up at the front ramp of the natural of Believe, and now Hendralisk is happy to go 2 bases. Spawning pool will be done very shortly. Should see at least 2 lings and 2 queens coming out as soon as the spawning pool is done.
Definitely mind games here. You know, with that early pool, you know, Believe's going to be playing defensively. So Hendralisk capitalizing on that, grabbing a quick 3rd base.
So 3 base Zerg versus 2 base Protoss. You definitely want to be ahead in bases as a Zerg. You can't let the Protoss run rampant. And now the Assimilator's coming out for Believe 2 now, so he should be able to tech up pretty quickly. Interesting to see. This is a popular map for Sentry, Immortal Sentry, yeah, for that timing. I think I've seen Believe in the past. He likes to put some aggression on that 3rd, but we'll see how he decides to play it out.
Well, we know Believe is basically has been training with minigun a lot, and minigun style really favors that more macro-oriented play. You know, grabbing that 3rd base, defending it until he gets this huge death ball to push. Probably not going to be seeing an Immortal Sentry push coming out of Believe, but you know, if he wants to do that mind game and he wants to trick Hendralisk, he might actually do it.
So this one Zergling is taking the Zelnaga Tower in front of the Protoss base. Also another one taking the Zelnaga Tower closer to his base. The hatchery has just popped, so 3 bases are operational, 3 larva producing bases, and another queen coming out. So Hendralisk is playing a very economy oriented opening, and he should be able to get himself basically revving up to full speed very soon.
This is a very early robotics facility though coming out for Believe. So getting that,
you'll have to be careful to not rally his units south.
Oh yeah,
he definitely wants to rally north.
I've done that so many times.
It is so annoying. I think you just have to get rid of your forge. You can't afford to kill.
No, you can't. You kill your robot. You're like, I'm gonna get out of here. But yeah, this early robotics is gonna allow him to have some more early scout with the observers. He's gonna be able to produce those immortals if he is gonna be trying to take that 3rd base really quickly. Having those immortals will be crucial to defend any sort of roach attack that comes around the 12 minute mark if Henry's going for a 3 base kind of all-in roach attack.
So there goes goes Believe's army is moving out across the map. One Stalker, I believe, a Zealot in front of that. The Zergling that was guarding the Zelnaga tower closest to Henry's base has already spotted the incoming danger. So the Stalker is going to come in here and try to do just a little bit of a poke just to see what's going on. Is going to try to take down a drone. Is this too much committal, though? He's going to take some damage on this Stalker. He's trying to run away. He does have the same movement speed as those Zerglings, so he should be able to get away very quickly. And no metabolic boost in upgrade Q, so he will be able to get away safely.
And there's Hendralisk producing about 7 drones at a time, now dropping down his Roach Warren. We can see the Immortals are already coming out. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any sort of third base coming up at all. You can see that the extra gateways now, 3 gateways are being dropped by Believe, and it's looking like an Immortal Sentry push.
That Warp Tech, courtesy of GameHeart, being shown over top of that Cybernetics core, and a bunch of gates being built in the back. So for sure going to be dropping a whole bunch of sentries while his Immortals are being produced one at a time, queued up one after the other. Might go after 3, might go after 4. We'll see how many is enough for him to feel comfortable to push out.
Definitely. +1 weapons also being researched by the, with the use of Chrono Boost that should be able to be finished around the 9-minute 30 mark, which will basically dictate the time where Believe will attack.
Level 1 weapons for Believe is starting to be upgraded. Metabolic boost and armor 1 for Hendralisk's army. The roaches are now being produced, it might be a little bit of a drop play with that warp prism, or simply used to reinforce at the front without having to bring a probe forward for pylons.
Well, it's definitely going to be a 2-base attack. 3 more gateways popping down right in the front for a grand total of, I think, 7 gateways now.
I believe so.
And it's going to be starting to move out very soon. And here comes the army. Going to chase off the couple of lings at the front of the base. Going to do a bit of a scout. And now Hendralisk knows. Hendralisk knows that a Protoss army is pushing out.
He sees the typical Sentry Immortal all in. He's probably going to try to bait out as many force fields as he possibly can before the army gets there. The Warp Prism is going to be a beautiful scout. There's no air attacking army in the middle of the map. Is baiting out a bunch of force fields. He does kill some lings, but was it the right decision? The split by Hendralisk is insane. All the units are everywhere. Now they're converging on these units.
Wow.
The force field's actually working to Believe's detriment now. He is trying to pick up his units with the Warp Prism, putting them behind for safety. Has to lift up the sentries, and does so beautifully. The micro with that Warp Prism definitely saving his units, picking up the hurt units and putting them in the back.
Very effective engagement over there. Now warping in 4 Stalkers, 1 Stalker and 1 Sentry is going to be continuing this push. 3 Immortals still in the army, still a couple of force fields left, and now he's going to be engaging this army. Hendrix doesn't want to engage in some sort of choke point, like right there. He wants to engage in an open space, and right now you can see him trying to bait the Protoss army into an open space. Going to grab the watchtower, and Believe's going to sit right there.
Just like a frightened animal, Protoss armies want to stick up against the walls of a new and unfamiliar place, do not want to get caught off guard, do not want to get a surround on them. Force fields have been baited out in number, and this is a dangerous position to be in. But the army of the Protoss is very large, and the Zerg must be very afraid of this. Is Believe going to push up the ramp? No, playing very cautious. Unfortunately, the Zerg can see everything at all times because of his creep. He might be able to pick up some roaches for free. Decides to go up to the ramp. Is he going to attack here? Does force field half of the army of Hendralisk. Hendralisk now is forced to attack this immense force inside of his base. The Warp Prism is allowing him to warp in units on the creep. The force fields again prevent the rest of the army from coming in, and now Believe is going to do some incredible damage.
Oh my goodness, Hendralisk just in such a bad position there. After the Protoss army got off, was able to reinforce his army, but stop Hendralisk from reinforcing half his army. Cut off at that ramp here, and now this natural is under attack here. Hatchery's going down. All the drones are already dead, and these roaches are just coming in one by one with 3 Immortals. There's no way they can take out this Protoss ball.
Oh my goodness, the Believe played this beautifully, was able to warp in just the right units. The Immortals doing immense damage to these roaches, and Hendralisk goes down 1-0 to Believe and calls